guys, I'm starting a random new YouTube series with Matt Damon and Chet Amapet. So you can see them on Mumble right now. It's me on my left ear. Why is your mic pressed, Chet? Wait, is your mic pressed?
No.
Oh, it was pressed on my screen. Okay, we're good, G. I fixed it. So our first episode, our
What
first.
the?
Jen is so mad. I just literally improvised that and forced him to do it. Our first episode is gonna be about the regulation matches that happened this week. Splice and someone else got
Selfless.
and Selfless
Selfless.
got relegated. They were in ESCA invite, like Pro League, whatever, and then they just got regulated by losing a match to LG, another Brazilian team, and as well as Rush, slash Canadian slash American team. So let's talk about the fact that we now have 3 Brazilian teams in ESL Pro League. Do you think we're gonna have a 4th one soon? Like, what is it right now? 1 Australian, 3 Brazilians.
2 Australians.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
2 Australians. You're right.
And I think there's 5 Brazilian teams in North America right now, like living in North America. Being, I think the other 2, other than SK Immortals, Luminosity, I think it's Pain, and then there's, I think it's either G3X or one of the other ones. I can't really remember. But I mean, there is a possibility. It depends if ESCA gives, Pain or a main or premier spot to make their way up to pro.
So how do you make it to Premier? This is really interesting for me because the way that I saw that I could make it to Premier was to win ESCA main, and like only number 1 can make it to Premier. Is that still the case?
No, this season they actually moved up the top 4.
They moved the top 4. That's good. That gives me a little bit of hope.
They moved down. There was 3 dead teams and 2 4-12 teams, so they moved down 5. They moved up the top 4, and it's missing 1 right now. Or wait, yeah, and I think they might move the winner of IM, but that's not confirmed.
So let's talk about the rosters for the 4 teams that we saw lose their matches or win their matches. I think one super interesting thing is to talk about Splice. They revamped all of their roster, and there's a player in Splice that just got picked up. You know him really well. It's called Drone, and he was on the Premier team, joined the ESL Pro League team, and then lost the match, so he's right back into Premier. That really sucks.
Yeah, well, he actually took last season off. He wasn't on a team, but he was on I think, Tectonic or something the season before that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I've known him for like 8 years now. I used to ban him from my 1.6 pubs because I thought he cheated because he was this 10-year-old, he's like 12-year-old little kid just owning everybody.
Also, there's like 2 foreign players, Asilian and Crucial, on that team. I wonder how long they're gonna stay on it. Like, I wonder if it's gonna affect the roster, the fact that they're not on the Pro League.
I'm honestly not sure if Splice is gonna hang on to that team. I mean,
I was told that they would stay no matter what, even if they got relegated.
Okay, that's good. I think that's good. I think that, like, right now with the state that CSGO is, even the Premier tier team can be relevant if handled properly, you know?
I mean, pretty much every Premier team that's sponsored now has salaries. So, like, that's the way it's moving anyway. So, I mean, that's really good for the scene. And honestly, might even help the scene because Splice and Selfless, these bigger orgs being in the Premier League will attract other sponsors to want to pick up Premier teams because they're competing in the same league.
No, you're right. What about Rush? They are not sponsored. Rush isn't a sponsor, right?
No.
So that's pretty big for my friends. I actually know 4 of them pretty well, except Virtus. I don't know anything about him, but the other 4 are good friends.
I believe they went to the first ever global challenge, which was the season that my old team MK won.
Global challenge is the Premier LAN, right?
Well, no. Okay, so there's the Premier Finals, which is what Rush played TSM for. TSM won, made it to Pro. The global challenge is like the top 4 from NA Premier, top 4 from EU Premier, and then like a Brazilian team and like a Chinese team or something. And
was that the European? That was in Europe, right? Or was it the one in Burbank? Because I remember
Whatever.
watching. Okay, because in September I remember watching, Toy in Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's the one I was talking about. I
Okay.
believe that they went to that as Panda Gaming.
Yes, I watched that. I actually
Yeah,
watched
that's
all of
the
their
one that
games.
my former team MK won.
Okay. Okay,
The
cool.
Bulgarian.
So I'm so glad to see they're sticking together and they're working this out. I'm glad for Blade.
Yeah, I think they dropped Mummy and picked up Poyo this season, and that's
Yeah.
they haven't looked back since.
Oh, I have a good anecdote for Poyo. I don't know if you guys saw this tweet. The Poyo's mom is hot, like Women's Crush Wednesday. Apparently, one of his friends 3 years ago made a joke about how hot his mom was and posted a picture, and it was not his mom. But since then, people are like talking about his mom as if it's really his mom, that picture. And she's like a pure, beautiful MILF. Like, she's like crazy beautiful.
But that's not
And
his
then
real mom.
today, no, and then yesterday, I think I was in Mumble and I was like, "Your mom is so hot," and then you start laughing, and she's like, "That's not my mom." Like, I don't know. It goes so far. The joke just like exploded. Anyway, back to the topic. On the LG roster, I actually don't know. Like, I know they changed a lot of people. I only know Showtime now. Like, all the forwarders are completely like foreign to me. I don't know them at all. Like Yells, SHZ, Destiny, PKL. Like, who that? Who that?
Destiny was like always kind of the star in this team. I think is Yell still on this team?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Destiny and Yell were like the two stars. They used to have Knack, right, Chet? Or do you
Yeah.
not know?
And Bit.
Knack and Bit.
Knack
and
and
they dropped
Bit.
Knack and Bit and picked up
Shiz and
Showtime.
PPL.
Oh, okay. And then
Pretty
who
sure.
did they replace Showtime for?
Oh, actually, maybe Showtime. I don't remember.
No, Showtime's
Fun-
still there. He's in the team right now, according to the website.
No, I'm wondering who they replaced him for.
Oh, I don't
Or
know.
no. Yeah, replace. I don't know. I think it looks like maybe Cryo.
They have two Gustavo on the team. They have a Lucas. They have a Bruno. I feel like all Brazilian names are similar.
They all have a Lucas.
Yeah, they all have a Lucas and a Bruno.
It's just like a lot of Eastern Europeans, Nikolai.
That's true. And what about us, Americans and Canadians? What would be our classic
Chet.
name? Chet is Pet's name, guys.
Matt is very common actually. It's like one of the
Oh,
most
you're
common
right.
names.
You're right, Matt. Okay, and about
Well-
Selfless, I have a really good question. So
What?
on Selfless, we have No One, DSR, Slummy, and Caboose, and Nifty. What do you think is gonna happen with that team? Do you think they're gonna stick together?
That I think is gonna die, and then a couple of them are gonna stay and just rebuild in Premier.
Because all
I
these
don't really-
players are really good individually. They all could get picked up by
but the thing is,
by a
like, I
pro
don't-
league team
I
tomorrow.
don't think many teams are really looking.
No, they're not. But they like if it was a shuffle like 2 months ago, maybe
Yeah. I don't know if Selfless is gonna hang on to them though, because
But what's up for Selfless? Did they drop their CS:GO team? Do they have just a female team and that's it? They have a couple
I think they have
fighting
Overwatch.
game. Oh, they have an Overwatch team.
They
Yeah,
had
they
I
have,
think
like, Overwatch,
they were like
Smash,
one of the
Rocket
first
League or
orgs to
something.
get into Overwatch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and the matches are pretty close if I'm reading the scores. Actually,
Well,
16-6, 16-11.
okay,
First to
never mind.
the
That's not
LG.
close.
Yeah, it was kind of. Second map was.
Russian Selfless went 3 maps, and then but the
Oh,
third
yeah.
one was kind of they got wrecked.
I remember that. Who won the first map between Splice and Rush?
Splice 16-10.
Oh, that's rough. And then they lose map 2 and 3. Damn. So now in
It's actually kind of funny. More, there's 3 Splice members went positive, whereas only 2 or 1 went positive on Rush, but Rush still won in terms of their Crucial's plus 11, and for Rush it's -1, 0, +1, -1, -10 in terms of their kills.
yeah. So I assume they're gonna get picked up by an org within like a month. There's no way. There's
Of course,
org
yeah, they're in
left.
pro
Okay.
league.
And like, if I'm curious, I guess I'm not a I'm not a Reddit troll or a forum troll. I don't read news. Like, I'm very focused on the game and the strategies. I don't check like gossip a lot. And here on the website on hltv.org, it says that the teams that are going to compete in the season fives are Energy, CLG, Liquid, Misfit, Cloud9, Rush, Optic, Complexity, and the foreign teams, which are Renegades, Winterfox, SK, Immortals, Lumina City. But we also have Echo Fox with a asterisk, and I'm like, wait, how is Misfits and Echo Fox getting a slot? What happened there? How did both team get a slot? So I guess TSM was switched to Misfits, so they were able to keep a slot.
Hmm.
Is that what I'm understanding? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Echo Fox, by losing their team in this banning, they're keeping the slot.
I think they still have time to get a roster before
Yeah.
the Pro League starts.
Yeah, either Echo Fox is going to hold on to that spot and build a team, or just the players on it. There's no way you let a pro spot die. That just doesn't make sense, and I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
The only
So
the only way
what
I could
is
see it
your
dying is if ESL actually forces them out and just picks up a different team.
So tomorrow, let's say Echo Fox could buy Selfless and put them back in Pro League, like the Selfless players.
That could happen. I mean, well, I don't know. See, they change it every season. I'm not really sure.
Because
how
that
the
would be
roster rules
crazy,
work.
and that would make me think that there's something broken in the system.
Chet, do you know if that's possible, or do they still need like 2 players from last season?
I don't think you need any of the players.
No, because Winter Fox didn't have any players, and they
true.
they straight up stole the roster.
I mean, there's a little controversy there, I guess, but
Yeah.
it depends on whose side you're on, or who, like, what if you think is right.
I think there's a little bit of truth in both sides regarding that. I do believe that orgs need to have some stability, but like for me, it's
Because then
really
you go back to
crazy.
a coast situation.
Yeah, it's really crazy that they could just take over a roster that hasn't changed. Like, both situations are like wrong, I think. And I have no solution for it, to be honest. All right, what do you think about the regulation format as a whole, like the League of Legends format? Like, do you think that's something that should be kept, or do you think that it's hurting Pro League?
What I do notice is it's pretty much like the teams that make it through this. I think I think this is like the 3rd consecutive season, other than Echo Fox, that like every team that's made it through relegation gets relegated the next season. Like, I'm pretty sure Selfless was in the relegations last time, but they did win their match. But like, to me, it's still showing a big skill gap, because even though those teams are winning their relegation match, they're not really having a very successful season. So like, for instance, ZPG or E United last season, they won. They went through Premier, and then they did not so hot and got relegated. Well, they got auto knocked out back down to Premier.
Who got auto knocked out this season?
United.
Oh, them. Okay.
With the old United, not the new one with Mainline and Mitch and those guys.
What do you think about the format, Chet? Do you like it?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty fair system.
Well, yeah, I actually didn't say what I liked. I think it is the best system they can get. Like, the whole popular vote like what they used to do back in the day for invite, that was kind of ridiculous. But I like the regulation. It gives teams a chance, and then hopefully they prove themselves.
Interesting. I would sort of agree, except what happened last season in League of Legends was so crazy when like the match was between Energy and Echo Fox, and League of Legends slots are like worth millions, and like you basically lose millions by getting regulated in one match. So that was for me like where I was like, oh, maybe the format isn't that great actually. So, but I don't have another solution for it. So when I don't have a solution, I don't like to complain.
I mean, the only other solution is franchising, but then that also goes down like a totally different route for Counter-Strike.
I don't, yeah, I don't like franchising. In my brain, it sounds like, you know, esports isn't there yet. We like that any org can
It's
pop
a
up.
Wild West.
Yeah, I still like that, you know. All right, well, I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for being part of this improvised little video, and
No
maybe
problem.
we'll do it again, right? Maybe.
Mhm.
We need a name for it. I
Maybe.
think Chet would have a name for the show.
Me? Why are you putting me on the spot?
Because you
I'll
have
type-
your name
I'll
is
type
I'm a pet. I assume that you're a creative mind, and then you could find
think this
a
name is
cool
creative?
name. Yeah, it's fucking weird, man.
It's
It
not
is
even
weird
close.
when the casters talk about it. Like, it's a weird name.
Yeah, James, like James from DDK and stuff. Like with DDK, he really every single time pronounces your name. He's puzzled. He's like, "What a
I
name!
know.
What a name!"
I'm a pet.
You were saying, Matt Damon, that you had an idea for it?
Yeah, but I don't really want to say it yet because I don't know if you think it's appropriate or not. So I'll say it after you finish.
No, the people wants to know. They need to know. Say it. I'll assume it.
No, I actually don't really think it's that funny that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, then don't say it if it's gonna make you look stupid.
Yeah.
All right, it's a wrap. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.